Hi friends, welcome back to channel SciTech. In today's video to compare the iQOO 7 versus Realme GT smartphone. So which phone is best option to buy right now? So this is another most requested question in my channel. So should they buy the iQOO 7 or should you spend extra money and buy the Realme GT? So this is a question which I'm getting from plenty of my subscribers. So final friends is a video and I'm using the Realme GT for the past 5 days and I think I did get the couple of impressions as well on the Realme GT. And if you want to watch the complete review on the Realme GT, so make sure to check this video which I did upload a couple of hours ago on the Realme GT alone. That video will give you the complete in-depth idea what is going on with the Realme GT smartphone. Let's see, in this video I'm going to compare this both phones in terms of the performance segments, in terms of the display, camera, battery charging, connectivity, build quality, user interface and software updates, and finally is it worth it to spend extra money on the Realme GT or should you buy the iQOO 7 device? That is what I'm going to convey at the end of the video. So first let's begin with the performance. So both phones are really very solid in terms of the performance, friends. The iQOO 7 has got the Snapdragon 870 chipset, and whereas the Realme GT has got the Snapdragon 888 processor. So in terms of the performance, both phones are really good, but if you care about the ANTUTU benchmark scores, let me show you exactly the ANTUTU benchmark score between both phones. You can expect 7 lakhs always consistent in the iQOO 7 device. So, and 8 lakhs always consistent in the Realme GT. So it's completely kind of a 1 lakh difference between these both phones in terms of the ANTUTU benchmark performance. As you can see, these are the previous scores which I thought just showing you side by side comparing. As you can see, friends, these are the 10 scores which I thought just showing you. So in all the scores, you did see that the ANTUTU benchmark scores are really consistent in this phone. So you should not be disappointed if you care about the ANTUTU benchmark score. I do know not all the people they care about the ANTUTU benchmarks, but still I just want to inform you what is happening. And regarding the CPU throttling, as you can see, these are the CPU throttling results between both phones. Realme GT, you can see the performance, how it's kind of decreasing a little bit in terms of the stability after certain amount of time. As you can see, friends, how it's decreasing with the various graphs, you can clearly see. But in the iQOO 7 device, you will see the slowly decreasing. It's not a sudden decrease, it's kind of gradual decrease in the iQOO 7 device. Here are the different graphs which I thought of just showing you. So in the CPU throttling, throttle up to 89% and sometimes 95% as well. As you can see, friends, overall, so slightly I did feel that some kind of stability is there in the Snapdragon 870 at this moment. That can be another reason why, because of the low temperatures which can be found in the iQOO 7 device. Yes, the iQOO 7 has Snapdragon 870 processor has got slightly low temperatures when compared with the Snapdragon 888 processor. That's something to do with the processor itself, not with the phone, because we do know Snapdragon 888 processor is very much power consuming and a lot of temperature generating as well. That's the one thing you should definitely understand. So overall, is it worth spending extra money on Realme GT or should you buy the iQOO 7 device? I would say better to buy the iQOO 7 device because you can save a lot of money as well, one thing. And you're getting really stable performance in the iQOO 7 as well with low temperatures and less battery draining as well. So those are the things you should definitely consider. And in case if you're getting in the offers, the iQOO 7 sometimes it can become close to 30,000. Sometimes if you use bank discount cards, you can get for 28,000 as well. But whereas the Realme GT comes close to I think 35,000, that is what I did buy this phone with a 3,000 rupees instant discount. That's what I got in this device. So 35,000 versus this mobile phone. If you're getting for 30,000, so 5,000 difference is there. So if you consider the actual price, 32,000 versus 38,000, that's a kind of really high score, friends. So that's the reason I thought of letting you know. So in terms of the performance wise, both will be kind of very good. So next is in terms of the display. Which display is good in terms of the viewing angles and in terms of colors and saturation levels. So first let's talk about the display specifications. 120 Hz, 120 Hz. So 300 Hz touch sampling rate, 360 Hz, but by default we do get 240 Hz touch sampling rate in this device. And next is AMOLED display versus Super AMOLED display in the Realme GT. So I did feel sometimes the Realme looks good, sometimes the iQOO 7 looks good. So if you want the big display, you can definitely choose the iQOO 7 device. So overall in terms of the display, I did not notice much kind of huge difference cannot be there. Even the outdoor visibility also really good in the Realme GT. I did not have any kind of problems in the Realme GT in terms of the outdoor visibility. That's the one thing which I was just mentioning for you. So in terms of the green tint problem, the iQOO 7 has got the green tint issue. So whereas the green tint is not there in the Realme GT, that's the one advantage for the Realme GT model. Not all the units of the iQOO 7, only few units of the iQOO 7 has got green tint, and my unit has got the green tint issue. Until now the problem not yet got fixed in the phone. That's the one thing which I was just addressing here. So this is a quick review regarding the displays of both the phones in terms of the display problems. What are the problems I did mention? And in this phone, green tint problem, and in this phone, not major problems, I would say at this point. And next is regarding the camera. So in terms of the camera, which phone is the best? I'll try to compare a couple of shots which are taken between both phones, but I'll try to do the in-depth testing as well, friends, very soon. So make sure to stay tuned for those in-depth testing side by side. So first, let me try to tell you the advantage of both phones. In terms of the front cam, let me try to start. So in terms of the front cam, the Realme GT has got slightly better wide angle. Yes. So you can see the close-up shot how the iQOO 7 has got. So it's not that wide in terms of the front cam clarity, as you can see exactly. Whereas the Realme GT, you can get plenty of room covering. As you can see here in the Realme GT, that's about the front cam. Let me try to show you even about the back cam. So back cam is kind of pretty normal in the lighting condition. You won't see much kind of difference. But the real difference you will be seeing in the night mode. In the night mode, ultimate, yes, the iQOO 7 is a clear winner in terms of the night mode shots. Yes, absolutely, friends. I did like the clarity, how the details are in this iQOO 7 device. It's really good. It's really very good. As I said, the night mode shots are really good. I'll try to do the side-by-side comparison. So don't worry about those kind of shots which I'm going to do. As you can see, the details, how it got captured everything in the iQOO 7 device, but not in the Realme X1 Max. So these are the few things which I thought of just mentioning. So front cam wide angle is slightly higher in this phone, and night mode shots are really good in this iQOO 7 device at this moment. That's a one thing. And 4K 60 FPS you can record definitely in both phones. There's not an issue with that. So I'll try to do the side-by-side comparison, friends, very soon. So make sure to stay tuned. So night mode shots and some shots are really good in the iQOO 7 device. So camera wise, I prefer sometimes the iQOO 7 device, sometimes the Realme GT in terms of the outdoor environment. That is what I'm going to talk. So in terms of the camera, I'm giving equal points, friends, between both phones. So next is regarding the battery and the charging. So both phones, they do have the very fast charging capabilities. Yes, both phones very fast, and iQOO 7 can charge within 33 minutes of time and 30 minutes of time. Some users, it does take a lot of time for some users. So I'll definitely ask you to maintain low temperatures, then you will be able to charge this device faster. And the Realme GT, this phone took for me about close to 30 minutes of time. Not bad in terms of the fast charging. So battery backup, I did get about close to 6 hours and 6.5 hours in the iQOO 7 device. Not an issue in terms of the screen on time, so it should not be any kind of problem as well. Whereas the Realme GT also, I did get kind of close to 7 hours as well sometimes. 6.5 hours, sometimes 6 hours, 6 to 7 hours, both phones. So both phones can be having slightly close to each other. But I need to do the Battlegrounds mobile training test very soon. So make sure to stay tuned for those videos in case if you're interested. So even in the battery and charging segment as well, I'm giving equal points between both phones as well. So next is regarding the connectivity. Connectivity, absolutely the Realme GT is a clear winner. So there are a couple of reasons why I did select the Realme GT as a clear winner. So first thing is that more 5G bands. That's also another future-proof option. And next is dual Wi-Fi connection. And third is 2.4 GHz, 300 Mbps transparent link speed. That's another major thing. And fourth, even in the extreme indoor conditions, this Realme GT was able to get more bands supported with the 4G. I mean 2cc, 3cc and 4cc, all these things. If you cannot understand what I'm trying to say, so make sure to follow this playlist which I've created, friends, 4G Plus. So try to click on the 4G Plus speed test is the playlist videos. Try to click on that. You can find the videos which I uploaded on the iQOO 7 versus Realme GT. You can definitely understand how faster the internet speed is, but it also depends upon the location. It also depends upon the type of SIM as well. If you're in the metropolitan city with the iQOO 7 device, it should not be a problem at all. But overall, my point is about the 5G, and next is about the Wi-Fi connection, which is a dual Wi-Fi acceleration. As you can see right now, 2 Wi-Fi networks are connected at same time. As you can see, friends, 2 Wi-Fi networks at same time, you can actually connect that, and you can actually use this dual Wi-Fi acceleration to boost the internet connection as well. As you can see, when the internet connection is very poor, that's the one thing. That's also another advantage which is available in the Realme phones. And let me show you the transparent link speed is 300 Mbps. Whereas in the iQOO 7 device, the transparent link speed will be 144 Mbps only. So if you're having single band Wi-Fi router, you will experience slightly low internet speed. That's the one thing. If your internet speed is more than 100 Mbps, that's another thing you should definitely understand. But overall, in terms of the connectivity, solid points goes to the Realme GT straight away. So next is regarding the build quality. So another thing, don't get me wrong, in the iQOO 7 device, I was using the iQOO 7 device for the past 100 days. I did not have any kind of issues. But if you ask me which phone I will pick, I'll pick the Realme GT. That's the one thing. So no issues, but if you ask me, that is the reason I'm trying to mention each and every small detail. So next is regarding the build quality. So which is best in terms of the build quality? I would say I think both phones are slightly good in terms of build quality. Regarding the haptic feedbacks, iQOO 7 is very strong. It's very strong, friends. I'm not sure how they make this kind of very strong vibrations, which is very good. I did a video on this topic as well, comparing side by side while typing the keyboard. As you can see, try to check this video, you'll definitely understand. So it's very strong in this phone haptic feedback. Both phones are having Type-C USB 2.0 only in both phones. Speaker volume, Realme GT is absolutely beast. Yes, it's really good, the volume in this phone, Realme GT. And few of the users also complained on this iQOO 7 device, they're having really low volume, little bit. That's the reason I'm trying to mention it itself. And next is regarding the UI. UI, it's up to you, friends, to decide which UI you like. If you ask me which UI I like, so right now it's kind of really new for me, iQOO 7 device, because this is my first phone with the FunTouch UI, obviously. So in my experience, I did have some kind of things which are really missing in this phone, but which other UIs are really good at that. Few of the UIs, yes. But overall, if you consider at the end of the day, some of the users are really concerned about the privacy things, what are the permissions it's asking. That's the one thing few of the users are really concerned. And the Realme on the other hand is about the ads and everything, all those bloatware and everything. But overall, at the end of the day, it's up to you to decide which UI it's in terms of the better. For me, it doesn't matter much, because in my experience of using the Realme UI for the past 3 years, definitely I did like the Realme UI in terms of organizing each and every small detail. So FunTouch UI also, it's getting really organized nowadays, little by little. But there are still small things which are really missing in this phone, which is quite annoying, because if you try to use the gestures, you cannot change any kind of applications. This white bar is there, but you cannot shift between any kind of applications. Whereas in other UIs, you can actually do that, change between applications, but you cannot do in this FunTouch UI. And there is no real-time FPS meter while playing any kind of games. You don't get any kind of real-time FPS meter, which is also available in the Realme UI at this moment. That's also another thing which I thought of just addressing for you all. As you can see, there is no real-time FPS meter available. That's the one thing. So these are the few small adjustments should be made in the FunTouch UI as well. And next is regarding software updates. Obviously, both phones will receive the 2 years of Android updates and 3 years of security patches as well. That's another thing common nowadays, which we are trying to see. So finally, when it comes to the price, so right now the price of the iQOO 7 is about 31,999 and 31,990 to be all around 32,000 and 38,000, 6,000 more. So is it worth of spending on the Realme GT? Maybe if you are interested in the Realme UI, and maybe if you want the more 5G bands, and maybe if you want better connectivity, and if you want faster processor right now, which is available for this kind of price. So only then you can buy the Realme GT. If you get this phone with a little bit kind of more discount as well at this moment, I mean for about 35,000, then definitely for 35,000 it's kind of really worth to buy. If you can get any kind of bank discount offers, that is what I meant. So at this moment, there is no offers are going on for this Realme GT model at this point. That's another thing. So in case if you have the budget to spend, you can definitely go for the Realme GT. If you don't have the budget, you'll be really happy with the iQOO 7 device as well in terms of the performance segment. That's one thing. So that's it, friends. Thank you for watching this video and this quick comparison between both phones in terms of the pros and cons and each and every small detail. I did try to mention. I did my best to mention to you all. And let me know in the comment section below what are your thoughts on this device. Which phone would you pick? If you ask me which phone I will pick, if I have the budget, I'll definitely pick the Realme GT. If I don't have the budget, then definitely iQOO 7 device. And even if you're picking iQOO 7 device, try to wait for the offer section going on. Sometimes the Amazon Prime Day sale will be there, and they'll give the 2,000 rupees discount coupon and 2,000 rupees additional bank offers. So the price of this phone comes close to around 28,000 sometimes. That is the reason. If for 28,000, then totally it's worth. Yes, absolutely worth. So for this phone also, if the price is less, it's worth. So that's it, friends. Thank you for watching this video. And at this moment, only the price is the one which is stopping the Realme GT for me to recommend all the users. Only the price. So see you in the next video, friends. Until then, stay tuned for more updates. Meanwhile, signing off. Bye.